Hello, my friends. This is Words for Wednesday, and I'm Tom Doherty. Well, lately I've been thinking about the concept of purpose. What's my purpose? What's the purpose of Christians? And when I was beginning to work on this devotional that I'm writing on mission measures, I came across the scripture in the Gospel of John, chapter 9, where the disciples and Jesus were walking, and they came across this blind man, and the question came up to Jesus, well, did this blind man who was born blind sin in the womb, or was it his parents' sin that caused him to be blind? There's this concept in that time, and quite frankly, even today, that sometimes bad things happen to us because we are sinning, and in fact, there are those that would say all bad things happen to us because we're sinning, because they want to try to control bad things that happen to them. But that's not a biblical concept. And Jesus said to the disciples about this man in John 9:3, it was not this man's who sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. So, in terms of thinking about that and the concept of purpose, I thought, well, what was this blind man's purpose? Was his purpose to be blind until this meeting of Jesus and then be healed so people would know about Jesus and his power to heal? Or was his purpose to be blind and then be healed so that he could tell the story of his healing and broadcast who Jesus was? But Jesus, he used this to kind of tweak theology and to speak specifically to this blind person's purpose in life in that moment. On the one hand, neither the man or his parents sinned, so that's out the window. There's no connection between his blindness and their sin, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. So as we think about that, and we think about where we are in our life, no matter what we're doing in life, whether we're working in a factory or construction or as a corrections officer, or as a nurse, or whatever we're doing, we have a purpose. If we extrapolate from here, we have a purpose that the mighty works of God may be displayed in us. So even if we're going through a hard time or a great time, or we're just going through the average day, the purpose for our lives, no matter what we're doing, and no matter what other purposes there might be in our lives, the main purpose I get from this scripture is that the mighty works of God may be displayed in us. So what's going on in your life? Are you struggling? Are you going through a hard time? Are you wondering, God, what's going on? Are you going through a life change, a chapter change in your life, and you're thinking, what's next? Be assured that before creation, for all eternity, just like in this man's case, Jesus, before creation, they knew this time was coming. And this man would be in this very spot, and Jesus would come and his disciples would ask this question, what is God displaying in your life in terms of his mighty works? That's our purpose, to let that happen. Well, this is Words for Wednesday. It's brought to you by Every Church Grows. I'm Tom Doherty. You have a great week. Bye-bye.